Well, the reason why I'm teaching on foreclosures is because I have a firm belief that the conditions are right for us to start moving into a season where foreclosures are one of the big opportunities to be able to find inventory and find deals. Now, what are those conditions I am referring to? First and foremost, we are in a higher rate environment. Is it a terrible rate environment? No, not at all. You are very short-sighted and very young as a human being if you think these are terrible rates. In fact, if you go back to the 1980s and start talking to people back then, they'd be like, what, 7% rates? Let me buy right now, right? Because they were paying like 18% rates. So historically speaking, over the last 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, the average rate is 7.75, and we haven't even hit that yet, okay? I think the highest they got was about 7.5%. At the beginning of this year, in February, when I did the State of the Market 2023, I told you I fully expected during this year for rates to bounce around between 6 and 7.5% and possibly even touch 8. So far, that has been spot on, and that's fully what I expected, and I don't expect them to come down anytime soon. These are the highest rates since 2002, and because of that, they just released an article, I believe it's on CNBC, that mortgage applications were at a 27-year low, lowest since 1996. What does that mean? It's because less people are applying for refinances, less people are applying to buy houses, and that is certainly translating into number 2, which are lower sales, okay? As of the last number that they put out, I believe it was annualized 4.07 million units per year. For the year, that is the lowest since 2008. Obviously, we all know what was happening in 2008, so that is not, that is kind of a sign to lead you to believe that there's going to be more foreclosures. Now, let me first, just as I'm in that, I want to make sure very clear, we don't have taxi drivers who own 9 homes, okay? That's what we had in 2008, okay? So we don't have taxi drivers who own 9 homes, and so we're not going to see a deluge of foreclosures where the market's going to be so saturated that we're going to see the Great Recession over again. And I've been consistent at telling you that for the last few years. And anybody who's been here knows I've been spot on in telling you exactly what's going to happen. Even when the market was blazing hot, I told you it was about to slow down. I told you everything that was going to be happening. And so I'm still a firm believer we're not going to see 2008 over again. However, when you have lower sales, it's more difficult to sell a house. These are leading to conditions to add to foreclosures. Number 3, most statisticians believe there's a 66 to 70% probability of a recession in 2024. If you talk to most leading economists that are surveyed, their number is somewhere between 60 to 70% of a recession in 2024. I don't think that's necessarily guaranteed, but I would not be surprised if there is a recession in 2024. So when you start adding those things up, higher interest rates, which is causing many buyers to be on the sidelines, less sales and it's more difficult to sell your home. If we go through a recession and people start losing their jobs, right? So now they don't have an income. It's not easy to sell. Their interest rate's really high. What is going to start happening, right? They can't sell it really. They're going to have to they're going to see foreclosures, right? People are going to have to walk away from their homes, so there's not going to be an opportunity for them to just sell it quickly. Prices may stay, they've been basically sideways. If they drop a little bit, right? Those are the conditions that are ripe for seeing more foreclosures. Default servicers, as of this point, there's 92% of them expect for foreclosures to increase. Again, not necessarily like outrageous or overwhelming, but certainly we're going to see more foreclosures.